Welcome back to Building Character, where we figure out how to play as your favorite fictional characters in Dungeons & Dragons. Join the Patreon for this sheet and a bunch more, and like and subscribe to find your real family next time you play. Maybe. Today we're building Billy Batson, but more accurately his alter ego Shazam, which has been his official name since 1973. If you insist on calling him Captain Marvel, that's fine. I'm just gonna assume that you refuse to enjoy any comics created after that date. So no Wolverine, Watchmen, Doomsday, Cable, Venom, or Dragon Ball, which sounds a little sad, but everyone's gonna respect you for being a special purist. Just kidding, it sounds obnoxious as hell.
Shazam?
Let's start off with our goals for this build. First, we need lightning. All the letters in your name stand for something, but DC has really emphasized that Z lately. Next, we need to be Superman. Even if we're not Superman, I'm talking the standard big lift, big swift, big punch, big lunch. Big lunch means high constitution because you can eat a lot. Finally, we need to empower those around us, spreading the powers to our siblings, because the real power is family. For stats, we'll be using the point buy. We've got to power build a little bit here. Charisma and strength need to be high, so we'll set them at 14, helping us bring the thunder and the punch like we're Electabuzz. Put constitution at 13 so you can shrug off hits like Atlas. Set your dexterity and wisdom scores to 12. Speed and wisdom are important for sure, but you don't really use them as much as the might and power. We're going to dump intelligence though. You are a child and children are dumb. Billy is a human. Humans get feats. The tough feat will supercharge your HP, so I don't have to feel un-Atlasy by investing a lot in spellcasting classes. You get 2 HP for every level you get. It's pretty simple. Bump constitution and strength with your 2 free points. Take performance for your skill of choice to get that alter ego thing going, and the athlete background for athletics and acrobatics, both supercharging your human abilities to make you a super duper human. We'll kick things off as a sorcerer, letting you grab 2 skills from the sorcerer list, like persuasion and intimidation. The smile does the persuading, the muscles do the intimidating. You're actually not that threatening when you speak. For your sorcerer's origins, DC has made you the lightning boy, so go for storm sorcery because God forbid static shock get any love ever. This gives you tempestuous magic, letting you fly 10 feet as a bonus action after you cast a spell of first level or higher without provoking opportunity attacks. Don't overcommit while you're just figuring out your powers. Run away if you need to. For spells to use that with, check out Witch Bolt. It's a ranged spell attack that deals 1d12 lightning damage and lasts for a minute depending on your concentration, meaning that you don't have to reroll the attack on follow-up turns if you stay within that 30-foot range. You're good at concentration, so this should do a shocking amount of damage. Mage armor will make your AC 13 plus your dexterity modifier for 8 hours when you're not wearing armor. Just say Shazam and you get a wardrobe change. That's pretty sweet. For cantrips that won't work with your tempestuous magic, but also don't cost spell slots, Shocking Grasp is a melee spell attack that deals 1d8 lightning damage and prevents the target from taking reactions, which is another solid getaway option since they won't be able to take the opportunity attack. Lightning Lure forces a strength save of 8 plus your proficiency bonus and charisma modifier, pulling a creature 10 feet closer to you if they fail, and they take 1d8 lightning damage if they end their turn within melee range. Light creates a light so you can see in the dark with your dumb human eyes, and Thunderclap forces a constitution saving throw on creatures within 5 feet of you, dealing 1d6 thunder damage to those that fail. It's not a good idea to stand next to Billy when he's transforming. A couple of people suggested Shazam for a Genie Warlock when I made my video reviewing that subclass, but the thing is, there isn't really a lightning genie or a thunder genie. It wouldn't totally work other than adding a little bit of lightning damage to some of your melee attacks. Storm Sorcerer is going to be a bit better for that. Second level sorcerers get a font of magic with sorcery points they can use to recover spell slots for more lightning per day. For this level spell, Expeditious Retreat lets you dash as a bonus action for 10 minutes depending on your concentration, which won't make you as fast as Mercury, but you're still going to be pretty fast. Mercury moves at like 30 miles per second. When they say the speed of Mercury, they are talking about the planet, right? Third level sorcerers get meta magic, letting you augment your spells with sorcery points. Extended spell doubles the duration of a spell, which will help us out when we get more official transformation-y spells. Heightened spell gives a creature disadvantage on a saving throw of a spell to yeet the lightning like a Greek god. For this level spell, enhance ability will help you get the coverage of being good at pretty much everything, giving a creature advantage on ability checks of a certain type. If you choose strength, it also doubles their carrying capacity. Dexterity lets you avoid falling damage of heights of 20 feet or less, and constitution would give them 2d6 temporary HP. Lasts for an hour depending on your concentration, but that should let you buff your mediocre wisdom or strength to more superhuman levels, which is good because at sorcerer level 4 we get an ability score improvement. We're investing in charisma. As strong as punching is, hitting people with a lightning bolt is always going to be a little bit more harmful. For this level spell, jump will triple your jump distance, another way to make up for that low strength until you can figure out how to fly. You've got to look before you leap, and leap before you can fly. Speaking of, 5th level sorcerers can learn 3rd level spells, like Fly, but I want Lightning Bolt, which forces a dexterity saving throw on creatures in a 100-foot line, dealing 8d6 lightning damage to those that fail, half as much to those that succeed. This will help you deal with all those classic Shazam villains like, a caterpillar? Okay, I need Shazam 2 immediately. Oh my god. 6th level Storm Sorcerers get Heart of the Storm, giving you resistance to lightning and thunder damage, and you can deal half of your sorcerer level in lightning damage to creatures of your choice within 10 feet of you when you cast a spell of 1st level or higher that deals lightning damage. Static has a habit of jumping from one person to the next. It can be great for a whole crowd of baddies. For this level spell, Haste is the best transformation spell a sorcerer can get, doubling your movement speed, adding 2 to your AC, giving you advantage on dexterity saving throws, and an extra action to attack, disengage, dash, hide, or use an object. This is that real Mercury power. They're gonna find you and fish, you're so potent. Wait, that's not the Mercury they're talking about either? Whatever. When haste drops after a minute or your concentration breaks, you won't be able to take actions or reactions for a round. It can be a little rough. Worth noting that. 7th level sorcerers can learn 4th level spells. Stone Skin will give you bullet immunity powers with bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing resistance for up to an hour depending on your concentration. Adam probably has magical punches and lightning, but this would be great against the street level thugs. 8th level sorcerers get another ability score improvement. More charisma will mean better lightning. That's still our best bet for besting the baddies. Storm Sphere makes a big lightning ball that forces a strength saving throw on creatures inside, dealing 2d6 bludgeoning damage to those that fail, half as much to those that succeed, and you can throw a lightning bolt out of there every round as a bonus action that deals 4d6 lightning damage with a ranged spell attack. It also has advantage to hit creatures inside the bludgeoning sphere, though it can still hit creatures up to 60 feet away. The bludgeoning damage also repeats every round for up to a minute depending on your concentration. If you want to focus on the Zeus rather than the Hercules, which is fair, Zeus is a full god, Hercules is just a demigod. 9th level sorcerers can learn 5th level spells. Skill empowerment gives a creature expertise with a skill they're already proficient with for an hour, depending on your concentration. If you really want to focus on being specifically athletic, acrobatic, or persuasive, this is a great way to be flexible. You've got to be flexible with that outfit. There's like no wiggle room in that thing. 10th level sorcerers get another meta magic option. Quicken Spell lets you cast a spell that normally takes an action as a bonus action, so the lightning bolts can come out after a solid punch, which we still don't have a solid punch, but we're gonna get there. Believe it or not, combining the powers of 2 demigods, 3 full gods, and a prophet king is gonna require pretty high level builds. For this level spell, dip back to the 3rd level for the fly spell, letting a creature fly for up to 10 minutes depending on your concentration. For every level you upcast it above the 3rd, you can give it to another creature. Worth noting, this, haste, enhance ability, and skill enhancement could all be given to one of the other Shazam kids. Sharing is caring. 11th level sorcerers can learn 6th level spells. Chain Lightning forces a dexterity saving throw on 1 creature within 150 feet of you and up to 3 creatures within 30 feet of them, dealing 10d8 lightning damage to all of them if they fail, half as much if they succeed. This is what charisma investment is for. Magic is one of the only things that can beat Superman, and for some reason he's been really evil for the last 12 years. Free idea for anyone who wants it. Superman story, but Superman is nice and likes people. 12th level sorcerers get another ability score improvement, letting us cap off our charisma modifier. Who doesn't love Billy Batson? Honestly, he's just a kid who loves being a superhero. Isn't that fun? I like having fun. Being a fighter is also fun, and 1st level fighters get a fighting style. Unarmed fighting lets you make an unarmed attack that deals 1d6 bludgeoning damage or 1d8 if you have 2 free hands, and you can deal 1d4 damage when you grapple someone and an extra d4 when you pummel a grappled target. This all uses the strength modifier, finally letting you put your muscles to use. You also get second wind, letting you heal 1d10 plus your fighter level as a bonus action once per short rest. You don't have to put the whole world on your shoulders, but this might help you deal with some of that pressure. 2nd level fighters get an action surge, letting you make 2 actions in 1 turn once per short rest. Mixing quickened spell with haste, and this lets you punch, dash, and lightning bolt all in the same round. That's some serious business for someone who isn't old enough to get a job. 3rd level fighters can choose a martial archetype, and you are the wizard's champion, so a champion will work for me, letting you crit with a 19 or a 20 with weapon attacks. Your fists are weapon attacks, even if they're not weapons. This doesn't work with your spells. Basically, that's the only restriction. 4th level fighters could get another ability score improvement, but I'm going to go for the resilient feat for strength, giving you proficiency with the saving throws, and you get to round up your strength modifier to hit a little bit harder and not get shoved around by the bullies. I mean bad guys. I guess bad guys are bullies too. Basically, you just need to be ready if someone throws a car at you. 5th level fighters get an extra attack, letting you make 2 attacks instead of 1 with your action, making punch your best cantrip. Not really. Honestly, Shock and Grasp is dealing 4d8 at this point. With extra attack, your punches would deal 2d8 plus 6, so we should get the strength up a bit more. 6th level fighters get an ability score improvement. Bumping our strength will make that 2d8 plus 8, which is pretty consistent damage. But it makes me kind of wish I didn't bring up that your cantrips are gonna do more. It makes these fighter levels seem really bad. 7th level champions are remarkable athletes, letting you add half your proficiency bonus to strength, dexterity, and constitution checks you're not proficient with, and you can add your strength modifier to the distance of a running long jump if you didn't want to spend a spell slot just to fly. Our capstone is the 8th level of fighter, letting you cap off your strength modifier for some maximum Herculean might. Now that we've hit level 20, let's figure out how viable this build is. First, you can do a lot. With Action Surge, Haste, and Quicken Spell pairing together, you can punch twice, shoot 4 people with lightning, and run 120 feet in one round. That's pretty cool. Lightning is also going to be really hard to avoid, with a capped casting modifier, making your electricity extra potent. Finally, you've got a ton of buffing options to support you and your family. For weaknesses, most of those buffs require you to concentrate, so you're going to have to pick and choose what you want to use. Your AC is also pretty terrible, with 14 using mage armor or 16 if you want to break character and put on a breastplate. Finally, investing 8 levels into punch good isn't very good when those punches are debatably not as good as a cantrip that's been scaling since you picked it up at level 1. But it's fun to be a caster who can throw a car even if it's not optimal. Use your wisdom, strength, stamina, power, courage, and speed to unleash the true might of Waspus. That name would be terrible. I can see why they went with Shazam. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe for more. We're making a build every single day this month. Join the Patreon for this character sheet and a whole lot more, and subscribe to Tulok and Mango for more Tulok fun.